There we go. I think, let's see, I go here. Cool. Oh, no, bad echo. There we go. Okay, cool. So, Monday, we're starting out. We're leading to Fan Expo for the rest of the week. There's going to be a bunch of guests. Drawing a blank. Started this 5 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago. I'm here with Ruby off screen. There she is. And then today we're going to talk about bootlegs because I know there's a concern. So we'll start out with some, like, how to spot a bootleg because, you know, there's nefarious people out there.
Especially at Comic-Cons.
Yeah, for the most part. The anime show seems to be more anti-bootleg and be more verbal about it. But I think some bootlegs are okay, and because fans are okay with it, because to them at least, they're like, I'm never going to get this product because they don't make this product. I'm never going to get this placard with this title on it. So I understand it's a bootleg, but I'm not paying like $80 for it. I'm paying like $5 for it. I'm okay with that. It's like, okay, that's fine.
I'm not okay with that.
That's how the culture is, though. Like, that's how the culture is. It doesn't matter if you're okay with it or not. We can't fight the culture, you know? But if you're looking for official product, there's multiple ways of doing it.
Especially the anime culture with Ita bags. There seems to be fan art Ita bags and then official Ita bags.
Yeah.
And if you're paying $12 to $13 a keychain, sometimes $20 to $30 to $50 a keychain, then you don't necessarily want to find out that it's fake later. There's a big difference between a culture that knows what they're getting and a culture that doesn't know what they're getting.
Yeah, so we have some examples of specifically these Ita bag products.
That are not bootlegs.
That are not bootleg. They're all legit.
These are all legit.
So, hand me some, put up something.
So the fastest way, there's several different types of products in the culture, but all of them should have a copyright on them somewhere. And so we're going to tell you how to find the copyright.
Okay.
And you have big things like phone cases. And like, I don't know if you can see it, but like underneath all the sayings, the copyright's here really plain.
Somewhere on their product, it's hard to see with these cameras because you don't have them high res. Somewhere on their product, you're looking for some sort of copyright with the C and the title and a year. And that has to be very clear if the...
Not a year. There's no year on these.
Okay, but sometimes there's a year. But if you look at it and it's fuzzy or if it's pixelated, like, as a production person, that has to be clear. Like, legally, that has to be clear. And if there's anything wrong about it, like, you have to take a look. Like, you know, there's other things to look for.
And, like, a lot of things should still be in their wrapper. Like, you can see all the Japanese information on this one here. You can see who licensed the product there. These kind of things, if they don't have them, especially when you're talking about spending that kind of money, you probably should wait and find it online. Because if you find it at con and it doesn't seem to have any copyrights on it, someone could have printed it or used a graphic that they weren't allowed to and created...
Yeah, it gets dicey. Like, there's a lot of things to look for, but...
Like, even official product, even for something as simple as, like, a postcard, is going to have copyright information and, like, looks like you're flipping off. Something there at the bottom.
Yeah, so there's always something either on the front and the back. Typically it's by the barcode, so you can find the barcode, look around there for information. But there's also like plastic goods.
Yeah. So then you get into like keychains and cam badges, and all of them have usually specific patterns. So like little guys like this guy, look at him, so tiny, so small.
Yeah, it doesn't focus very close.
It doesn't focus very close. But these guys are going to be very hard to find the copyrights on unless you can physically touch them, because they're printed on the back in the goods. You're never going to be able to see it on a camera, even like a good camera. But feel the top of like their heads.
You'll see it, and when you see it in person,
their bottoms.
yeah.
Is that weird as it sounds?
You'll somewhere on the back of the product is not going to be printed. It's going to be part like a mold.
Like, because these guys are all little just plastic molding, like he said. So they're going to have almost everything inside the product.
Built in, yeah.
Built in. Where cam badges, which we commonly call just buttons, things like this, you're going to see more of copyrights, even though they look like, this looks like fan art. Like, but it's a company called Graph Art. Like, they specify and they specialize in like these kind of cartoony looking characters, but this is actually official goods, and their copyrights are here. But a lot of buttons, because they don't want to interrupt with the design, will have a copyright on the edge.
And again, you'll see them.
Yeah, it's
because if
you should always be able to see the copyright.
Because if you can't see them, it defeats the purpose of the legality of it. And
some of them get sneaky though.
But sometimes, like if it's like broken off or cut off, that should be rejected by the company. Like when you print a bunch of product, you're gonna have at least anywhere between 15 to 20% of like broken ones or stuff you can't sell. So
and that's where things like particularly rubber strap bootlegs, like these guys are the official products, but these are called rubber straps because they're rubber and they're straps. And with them, their copyright is almost always printed on the back.
Is it printed?
Yeah, it's printed. Like this one is white.
Okay.
This one's definitely printed. This one's easier to see, even in the thing. And the way that their bootlegs are made is the company that makes these rubber straps have rejects. And when they have rejects, they get sent to recycled plastics and things like that. At least that's the rumor. And those recycled plastics then get sold out into the world as keychains. So they found a way the company can like kind of take away their legal liability, but they've released a whole bunch of things that aren't proper.
Well, they're unlicensed at that point because they're supposed to be destroyed because there's a contract broken.
Yeah.
Because the person giving out the contract, he says, I will destroy these. And that's part of the thing. And they didn't. So.
And they sell them to a quote unquote like recycled plastics firm or something else like that.
And someone nabs them. Like that's a possibility.
And that's how you get something that looks exactly like the original product are really,
Is there a
really
way
close.
To tell?
That copyright's gone.
Like things are broken.
There will be like the thing they can almost look identical at least to
okay,
whatever.
but the printing in the back's not there.
But that printing on the back, that final approval printing that says the company stands by it, usually is not there. Okay. And if you find a rubber strap and you can't find its copyright, don't buy it. And if it doesn't seem to have a copyright anywhere or a place for copyright, they always find a place for copyright. So never worry about that. What?
Anything else? Like what's another one?
The acrylics. The last kind of major good that they usually run into are acrylic straps. This one's from my naughty show.
Yeah, these are a lot of like, there's a lot of fans are making these now.
Yeah, and that makes them different. So watch your fan art versus your.
If you're buying an artist alley, it's gonna be fan art. Yeah. Everything in the deals room should be official.
And we're not talking about fan art. We're talking about people who are purposely trying to rip you off.
Yeah. So
like these guys, they're almost always printed on them somewhere. Like instead of being on the back or instead of anything else, you'll probably find it in the design. In this case, it's right by his little pants.
Yeah, it's floating there in the plastic.
And in like this case, it's right underneath the logo. Like right down at the bottom, you'll see that there's one.
Again, you're looking for.
It's usually the company and several initials after it because it's also sometimes the anime license or something else.
You're
it's
looking
usually
for
initials of some
legit
sort.
looking stuff that looks clean.
Yeah, if your acrylics look pixelized of any type, or if they look like something's not right, the color's not right. I've run into a lot of orange Pikachus.
Well, I was gonna say you've all been to like something like a GameStop or a ThinkGeek or a Hot Topic, and you've seen the quality of work in those stores. Even you've been to like a Walmart and you've seen the quality of work and how accurate they are in like color and quality of like printing. Like that's the bare base. If something's just a little off, if it's a little pixelated, if there's a weird smudge for it, like as a production person who've done things on multi-million-dollar levels, that stuff can't fly. Like a misprinting like that is like, well, I gotta wreck it and redo it again.
Especially when it comes to like idol bands. Idol bands are very specifically color coordinated. So if you have say like an Uda pre-strap and the Uda pre-strap's supposed to be red and they have the red guy in say an orange kind of background, that would never happen because that's part of the identity of the character.
Well, that's for everybody. If you have a off-color purple Ninja Turtle, like it's like a teal or like a fuchsia,
super fighty ninja.
Yeah, like that's not legit. So it's not just about like the boy bands. It's all everything. You look at the color. You should see the show. You should see the official product, and you know what color that character is supposed to be. So if you're off by a little bit,
no, I don't mean the color of the character. I mean the color of like the backgrounds, the color,
anything,
like that.
Anything on the product. If the color's off model, it shouldn't be off model because that as a production person, that would never fly because you can't have an off-model product because that's not the way it's supposed to, because you copyright those colors. And so those, if something is off-model like that, that's going to be a sign that it's going to be a bootleg. Look for the quality, look for the copyright logos.
And especially when I found when dealing with Japanese products, the Americans are tedious, the Japanese bring it to a whole new level. Yeah. So particularly with anime goods, they're always going to be significantly on point. Like, there's some bad-looking action figures out there. Like, just some like, not good.
But if you see
in Japan, you'll see those far less, I feel.
Yeah, but you see those bad figures in store at Walmart. And Walmart's not buying bootlegs.
But if I saw them in the wild out of their package, I would totally think they're bootleg.
It gets a little hinky. And when you're looking at, like artwork, like, we've been seeing a lot of fan art being sold in the dealer's room, and they're not being repped, per se. So
they're saying they're being wrapped.
Yeah, so that gets hinky altogether. Again, we're looking at the same stuff. If a watermark is cut off, if
there's a watermark at all on a product, that's a really bad sign.
Some people use their watermark as part of their like
signature,
like your signature, because this part
but it shouldn't be on the design.
If you see 1,000 of them running across the thing, that's a separate story. But if you see like a logo or something in the corner.
Well, that's a logo, though.
Yeah, but it could be what the people call watermarks. Like, I watermarked with my logo. But it has to be clear. It has to be clean. Because as an artist as well, I wouldn't want that in the wild. Like, it needs to look good. And if it's off kilter, it looks fake, and I don't like that.
That's partially you being a designer, though. But
well, that's how it's supposed to go. So you're looking at, like, I've seen prints that are pixelated. And if you're seeing somebody in a vendor area that reps artists, honestly, talk to them about the artist. Because I've done it before, but I know everybody I rep. I know.
We've also run into like t-shirt dealers, like those really nice guys that sell like the corgi shirt and stuff like that. I can't remember their name.
Yeah, they know their peeps.
But they know exactly who every artist they're repping is. They know which art belongs to which artist, and they're not looking at a cheat sheet or anything else like that. They absolutely know what the product is.
Is on the product, is on their signage, like, it's really, really prominent. But so if you see somebody and they don't know, because I heard a vendor say, "Oh, it's just a crew I talked to. They're in another country."
Oh, that's my family.
But no, it's just like in another country. I don't know. I don't really talk to them. I was like, it's kind of dicey, because I recognize a lot of it. It was like, this is weird.
Like, why would you be repping their art if you don't really talk to them? Like,
especially on a personal level. But
and when you have like bootlegs like that, you're not only hurting the artist community that getting the art stolen from them. Those guys sell art super cheap in the dealer's room, so they don't have money to spend on the artist alley that's actually there too. So they're actually stealing from both sources.
Yeah, so it gets dicey that way. So. What's this thing? I went through pretty quick, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you were running through things.
No,
You're
it's
like,
pretty.
Bam, bam, bam.
Quick, easy. We don't want to run too long, especially on these kind of things.
Very simple.
I can't think of anything else.
If you have any questions, you can find us at.
If you have other tips or looking for bootlegs, hit us comments below. I think it's this way. Getting these camera setups down in the comments.
If you have any questions or you're worried about a product, feel free to contact us or contact me through my store.
Hit at the bottom. Let everybody that way, because it's a public conversation. Because this, everyone needs to kind of know about these kind of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's out there. Got to be careful as a buyer. You don't want to get ripped off, but if you know what you're getting into, you know what you're getting into, and that's fine. But we just want to look out for people who don't want that.
There's no reason that anyone should be screwed at a convention.
Yeah. So, if you know what you're getting into, you know what you're getting into, but at least know what you're getting into at the end of the day. Cool. All right. So we'll see you guys next time. We're gonna be talking with Matthew Warlick tomorrow, about 7. That's what I'm aiming for, and then it's gonna be
Songbird,
Lisa on Wednesday, and then Jonathan on Thursday, and then
Jose.
No. Pinstash on Friday, and then Grimmigen on Saturday. The graphics are around. I'll learn how to pronounce their names properly. Cool. See you guys later. Peace out. Man.